Yo, what's going on with the people? People of the world, people of the universe, people out there. What's the thing when people say, "Oh, somewhere out in the ethos, somewhere out in the ethos"? If you are anywhere within the sound of my voice, I would like to congratulate you because you are an amazing person. You are an amazing soul, and God is going to do amazing things in your life. I want to let you know that I'm just playing. Anyways, this is
Preach
what
to
it
him,
is.
bro.
This
I
is
was
what.
like,
Let's go
yo,
ahead and preach to him. Hey, hey, I could go
yo.
ahead and preach to him now. All right, I got to put the
I'm like, is
gunshots
this oh
away.
my god grammar Lecrae?
Listen. There's a reason why it's oh my God, Graham, and we can talk about that on the Patreon one day. But we're not here to talk about me. We're definitely not here to talk about me, ladies and gentlemen. People with jobs, people without jobs, class, all that, cats, snakes, chickens, ducks, elderly people, and workers. We present to you another edition of the Public Enemy Podcast. This is episode 244 of Pro Wrestling's Breakfast Club, if I'm not mistaken. If y'all don't see right here, I got the All Elite with Keeks and Keeks t-shirt on. You feel me? Make sure y'all tap in before your wear and go grab your All Elite with Keeks merch. But, ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name Oh My God Graham. I'm not only here with the Public Enemy number one, the son of Mars, Benny
Hold on,
the
I gotta get the
Butcher.
belt.
Oh, gotta go belt. I gotta go get the belt. I didn't know I was getting the intro like that. Not only is Hacksaw Him Duggan here, what's up with you, Jizzle? How you feeling?
Yo,
Man, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to go to work. You know what I'm saying? In about 3 hours, blood. We lit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We lit.
Yes. We are lit, and yes, indeed, the PE3 is here. We are joined by a very special guest. This is, if you
Oh,
didn't
come
know,
on. It's not that
now
special.
you know. Oh, okay, it's not that
It's not
special.
that
Okay,
special.
here we go. We got Jim Viscardi here. How? Okay,
What's going on, guys?
Since it's not that special, go ahead and kick your feet up, sir. Make yourself comfortable. Mi casa is su casa. Pour yourself a drink. I got a little bit of. I'm gonna leave that right there. Switch it out for some water because we got some things that we got to talk about. Jim Viscardi is here. You know what they used to? I don't know if you guys. I was like a big fan of like when I was younger. Of course, like actual like CDs get to open up the package and all of that, and like I always go to like track listing and look at the liner notes and the thank yous and all of that, and then when you get to the bottom of all of that, it's like, oh, this feature appears courtesy of this record label, or this person appears courtesy of da 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 da. Well, of course, if you didn't know, now you know. Jim Viscardi is here, of course. Comicbook.com, my brother.
That's it. That's my
Is it?
my little baby pet project that
Oh, that's
has
it.
become as what it has become what it is.
Listen,
But yeah, no, it's get all your nerd news, movie news, TV news. We cover when we started covering wrestling, people were like, "Oh, it's not a comic book. So what are you covering wrestling for?" I go, "Hold on a second. All right, hold on. You're telling me that wrestling, which features good guys and bad guys, people in basically superhero costumes, serialized, which is basically serialized storytelling, is not comics. It is live action comic books on a weekly basis. It is the closest to superhero television that we get than half the crap we get on TV. Okay? It's comic
bro,
books.
thank you. I have been preaching that for years. Like I'll be having a conversation with like a friend or something like that, or like a coworker or something. We're talking about comic books, and they're like, or Star Wars or whatever, and then
Right.
they'll like say something about wrestling, and or I'll say something about it, and they're like, that's fake, right? I'm like, bro, we just spent 20 minutes comparing like whose respirator was better, like Darth Vader, or what's the other dude? Like we've been talking about fake stuff for like last 20 minutes. Like you get up in the theater when you're watching like a Marvel movie and be like, yo, hey, I just want to let y'all know this right here, this ain't real.
Yo, let's not even begin to talk about one in every two wrestlers that you like is probably a nerd. All right, they either have a toy collection at home, they got a comic collection at home, or they're watching Star Wars any chance they get. All right, they all love this stuff. It only makes sense.
it is what it is.
That's why I love it.
Bro, But them comment sections, they'd be brutal, bro. I remember I remember when Batman versus Superman came out, and I was in the comments on the Facebook, and I laid down on the line, and I said, "Yo," I said, "Y'all need to give this movie a chance." I was like, "This hasn't even came out yet, and y'all already dogging it." And then when it came out, I was like, "Damn, DC making me look real bad right now."
Look, the ultimate cut is 10 times better than the theatrical cut, and it's totally fine. And yeah, look, Japanese wrestling is just like real life anime, 100%.
100%. Let's go ahead and kick things off, man. Let's go ahead and kick things off with a little bit of what we like to call small package news. I saw something. I think it was a recent episode of what's his podcast, Matt Hardy, like Experience or something like that. Matt Hardy, John Alba. Yeah. He gave us a little bit of an update on a one Jeffrey Nero Hardy. Said that right about now he's not really sure where Jeff's head is at in regards to coming back. His ultimate goal, of course, first and foremost, is to get healthy and, you know, take care of himself, take care of his body, and get his mental and all of that right, and just make sure that he's good. So a little bit of somber news, because a lot of people would love to see, you know, a full Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, Hardy Boys run over there in AEW, so they could really cap off, you know, their career and cap it off with one final good run. And not necessarily sure if that's going to be the case right now. When that whole Jeff Hardy thing happened, I know a lot of people were saying, "Oh, he needs to give it up. He needs to just take it home. And, you know, this is not that important. Like, you know, he's got family and he should focus on that." And hey, people going to miss this man if he decide to
look, I'm one of those people. Let the man retire. Just let him go. Let him live his life the way he wants to. If he wants to come back to the ring, I'd much rather it be on his terms when he's ready, and I would much rather be surprised by having Jeff Hardy show up than constantly waiting week in and week out. Is this the week? Is this the week? Just let him come back. I love Jeff Hardy. That man has given us years of his life, years off his life because of the stuff he's done.
That part. He's given us years of his life.
If that man wants to retire, that man wants to just lay low for a little bit, he deserves every moment of it.
Big action. I agree with
that. Jeff jumping right now.
So just the other day,
that's all I need.
Tamron Hall show. The former Mandy Rose, Mandy Sachs, I don't know how to pronounce her actual last name, Mandy Sacamano.
That's it. Look, from as an Italian myself, Sacamano is exactly, that's the way to say it.
Oh, man, I feel so accomplished right now.
Look at
man.
That. Got it.
Breaks her silence after the release of WWE. She went to go talk to a beautiful black queen in Tamron Hall and said, you know, she didn't necessarily get informed by the WWE that why she was being released was in regards to her fan time content. She didn't know that at the time that she was going to be losing the title because of that. And she said that she was a little heartbroken over the release, but she's also willing to talk to them in regards to a possible comeback if they wanted to work something out. Does anybody think Mandy Rose could pop back up in the WWE at some point?
She made $1 million last month. She doesn't need to come back.
That part. I'm like, let's just keep the ball rolling.
Right? Like, come on. She made $1 million. She won't make. She's not making that money as she comes back. It's like she's making that money back in merch sales.
Yeah, it's just almost like, bro, like, is it
like Mandy Rose shirts?
Yo, they're buying them, bro. Like, yo, who is like, yo, should you like make your millions of dollars, or should you like do your passion? Like, and she's at a good point in her career because when she could do both, bro. Like, if she wanted to pop up in AEW, I think that would be possible. If she wanted to pop up in some other wrestling company, I think that'd be possible. And she knows that too, which is why she probably, you know, kept everything civil with the whole like WWE release thing, talking about it, because she never talked trash. She was never like, yo, they really did me dirty, or they really put me out, or whatever like that. She was just really, she was like, she obviously said she was hurt, but she also was very humble about it. And like Graham said, that if they want to do business in the future, that she's not opposed to it. So
look, she was one of the best things about women's wrestling, period. What Toxic Attraction was doing in NXT was hands down in league with any of the top, women's wrestling programs. I would say in like the last 3 to 5 years, she was phenomenal, and I would have loved to see them graduate to the main roster, or you know what I mean, and just get the attention and respect that I felt was due for her. But like, look, if she's found a thing that she's passionate about and she's making bank off it, she's fine. She's gonna be okay.
Jizzle?
Keep getting paid. Yeah, she'll be just fine. She'll be just fine. Do your thing, Mandy. You're gonna be just fine. Make your bread. You'll be all right.
Again, I said it a few weeks ago. They told us Mela is money, and there's no offense, but Mandy is clearly showing you that Mandy is money.
Yep.
Speaking of money, let's talk about Monet. The Battle in the Valley, New Japan, sold out show. Took like 3 days. I mean, some people might say, New Japan, okay, cool. They got the Okada. I think it's a Jay White Okada match that's happening there as well. But this is the match that sold that out. Kyrie and Mercedes Moné.
I just hope she'll be able to land her finisher this time.
Yeah. See, that whole thing about the botch. Listen, things happen. Of course, that definitely didn't go according to plan, but miscommunication be damned. We got another chance to get it right here in San Jose, up in the Bay Area. You know what I mean? I think they will. I think they will get it right, 100%. I have no doubt.
I love the look she's got. The flames going on in her hair, like it's fresh, it's new, but also familiar, right? Like we were saying, Japanese wrestling is basically like real life anime. That's what we love about New Japan. And I think, Mercedes, she did the work. She handed it in A+.
Yo, facts, man. And because like the whole thing that it was like when she was building up to go over there, it was like, well, she won't wrestle ever again. She'll probably just go, and do acting or modeling or whatever she was doing. But it was like, no, like she can do all of that and do the acting. Like right before she went over to Japan, she just finished doing a movie, doing all the red carpets and everything. It's like, yo, like if The Rock did everything he wanted to do while wrestling and making movies and doing other outside ventures, why can't she?
I mean, fair, but when The Rock was doing it, we got Scorpion King, and hopefully she starts off a little better. Better than that.
All right.
I mean, look, she did Mandalorian, so we're good, right? So she's already off on a better foot. Hopefully, we don't get Scorpion King from
Bro, no love for the Scorpion King, man. That was like bro, that was like probably the first PG-13 movie one of the first PG-13 movies I ever saw. My brother was like, yo, The Rock is in this. I was like,
dude, I was there. I was like, bro, opening weekend, I get it.
I was like, this is all right. Like, yo, the first time I watched it, I was like, this is really good. This is cinema. This is the height of everything. And then when I watched it like the second time, I was like, all right, bro, I was wilding.
That's crazy. Oh man. All right. You want to talk about wilding, right? Let's get into it.
Talk about it.
Let's get right into it, man. We've wasted enough time. The lead story. This is it. We got a bunch of people here. Hey, send your super chats if y'all want to donate to the show. We'd appreciate it. Patreon.com/enemies. Make sure y'all go tap in, check that out. You know what I'm saying? See what's over there. It's some flavor. Anyways, now with that said, talk about Wildin' Out. I wish I had like the little Wildin' from Wildin' Out, the little clip from the crowd or whatever. That'd be crazy. But What's up with Vince McMahon,
Nick
man?
Cannon gonna sue us. Don't do that.
Nick Cannon ain't gonna sue nobody. Nick Cannon too busy having babies. Vince McMahon. The reports were saying, I think we talked about this last week or the week before. Yo, Vince wants to come back, right?
Like
okay.
Like 3 weeks ago, it was like a fever dream. He did like the interview with I think it was Wall Street Journal.
Well, yeah, the Wall Street Journal put out their initial report like Vince wants to come back, and everyone was like, "No way, that's never gonna happen. There's no way. He's gone. He's done."
And that's the thing. It was like everybody just immediately dismissed it. It was like he'll never come back. The board members will never let that happen. The shareholders would be up in arms if he ever stepped through the doors again. Nobody misses him. It was like the whole nine. And I think wrestling fans, we were just like in a place of denial. We were like, man, that'll never happen. Knowing all the while, this is the man who you said this will never happen. He'll never do this or that'll never happen in regards to him. And what happens? He turns around and does the exact thing that you were most scared of doing. I was like, this man is like a cartoon villain in real life. Like, is a super villain.
Wild thing, 5 days ago, WWE stock $70. Today, $89.50, right? That man added $20 whole to that stock just by saying, sorry, Stephanie. Sorry, Hunter. This is my business. I'm coming back. It's fine. Thanks. Which is just wild to think. He would rather just sell this thing off than let it live with his family forever.
That is crazy to me. That is nuts to me. And you know that kind of makes me think like, hey, listen, I could be just putting out bad juju, and this could be a you feel me? This could be a reach. You know what I'm saying? This could be a Stretch Armstrong reach, but maybe the owners of the territories and all that, maybe they were right. Maybe they were like, this is the type of stuff that we feared. If this man is going to do what he plans on doing and creating this monopoly of a business, like what does he do when he has the world in his hands, and how does that affect the industry as a whole? Because now we gotta talk about how would this situation affect the industry. There was a slew of rumors that were coming out. By the way, let's kick it back here, because when he said that he was coming back, they announced it, and then there was the mandatory employee meeting that was last Friday, where it was explained to all the employees like, yo, Vince is coming back. Don't worry. He's just coming to facilitate a sale of the company or help with the media rights fees and all of that. And everybody's position is going to remain the same. It has not been 7 days. There has been 6 changes on the board. Stephanie
led that meeting. She led that meeting and said, exec structure going to stay the same. 24 hours later, I'm out.
Like, what's going on here? I have no idea, but it clearly feels like she kind of wants nothing to do with this situation.
She tried to get away the first time.
Exactly. Yeah. Just before the hammer came down, she skedaddled up out of there, and then when he stepped down and decided to retire, okay, cool, Stephanie's back. She's going to be co-CEO with Nick Khan, and, Triple H is going to run everything over here with the creative. And lo and behold, that is not to be so, because Stephanie stepped down. Not only did she step down from her position, she resigned from the company completely. She said, I'm like Jim said, I'm out. I'm done. I'm out. It's over. Finito.
That's it. Because it's just like, I think everybody kind of like, when Vince came back this time, it was the feeling of like, okay, he's out for revenge. This whole return just felt very spiteful. It felt very like, okay, y'all want to throw me out of the thing that I created? All right, bro, I'm coming back and I'm taking all of you out, because that was probably the whole catalyst of him coming back, is that nobody missed him. Nobody stuck up and said, we want Vince back. Nobody was like, yo, bring him back. It was just, all you got was reports saying morale is up. The stocks went up the day that he stepped down. Ticket sales went up. viewership went up. This last Survivor Series was the most watched Survivor Series in the history of the event, off of the back of the War Games match that Vince McMahon never wanted to happen on the main roster in the first place. It's just like okay, y'all wanna throw me out? Like, it's almost like he's mad at the thing that he created for surviving on its own. It's like a parent like coming back to the house one day and seeing their child walking, and it's like, oh, you can walk by yourself, you can do things for yourself. All right, I'm putting you up for adoption now. Like, go ahead and get out. Just you wanna go ahead and do little things for yourself. Like, go ahead and get out of here. Like, like, it just feels like really off, and I don't blame her. And this is probably why Shane McMahon stayed away for as long as he did all of those years.
He
it was
knew.
probably like
He knew.
He definitely knew.
Vaughn in the chat says Vince bought the company from his dad, but would not sell it to his own children. He said, "F that next generation."
Yo, basically, and
Vince
go
Lucas,
back.
you know what I'm saying? It's Blue Magic. It's a brand name. You all right?
Here's the thing, and this is one of those things that
Blue
you have
Magic. You can't buy it from me.
Here's one of the things that they kind of like to put the kind of person Vince McMahon is kind of in a bit of perspective, right? This man knows nothing else. This was his life, right? He has gone through so much, and like, to keep this business alive, it has helped feed other businesses, and like, this is just all he knows. Every report about who Vince is, this is the man who wakes up at 4 a.m. and deadlifts 800 pounds for fun, right? Like, and there was no scenario where Vince just quietly goes away. But for it to happen in a span of what, like 4 months from him getting kicked out to him coming back, is the only kind of storyline Vince McMahon would write or could write, right? Like, this is one of the most kayfabe things playing out. It's wild.
It's literally, if I can't be here, if I can't play with the toy, none of you can play with my toy, type thing.
Basically, bro, it's just like, and not for nothing, he kind of wrote this storyline back like during like the Alliance and everything like that. It was just like, oh, we're taking over, and he just comes back at the end, just destroys everything they built up, and he's like, this time I'm doing it for real. Like, we're not playing anymore.
There's an interview clip of Stephanie McMahon on Howard Stern that was floating around last night, where Howard was basically like, oh yeah, so when Vince kicks it, like, the business, like, he's just going to give you the business right before he goes, and Stephanie's like, oh yeah, maybe, and Robin Quivers is in the back going, like, there's no way he would take it away from you, right? And she goes, well, maybe. Like, fast forward 2023, here we are. Well, maybe.
His kids, like we said a minute ago, like, Shane definitely knew. His kids definitely knew. I think at a point, maybe Stephanie was like, maybe if I wait it out and if I, stay on board and not be a yes man, but kind of like be there for him, like, he'll see me and Triple H, who have been there the whole time, and just give it over to us. And Shane is in the background like, bro, I started working in stock rooms here, putting out merchandise. Like, bro, I used to put together the rings. I refereed, and I'm never gonna touch this business. I'm never gonna own it. He's like, what do you think you're gonna get?
Yeah.
In
the
whole thing, like,
turns into an actual storyline.
No,
Like, this is like, if there's one difference, but like one big difference between Vince McMahon and Tony Khan, where Tony Khan, didn't turn the all out debacle into a storyline, Vince 100% would. And if there was money in it, Vince would, once he finally figured it all out and the people stayed who wanted to stay, this immediately becomes a storyline.
I mean, look at what he did in 2005 with Edge, Lita, and Matt Hardy. It was just like, you look back on some of those storylines that he took real life issues and was like, yeah, why don't y'all just go ahead in the ring and work it out? And I'm like, that has never sounded like a good idea, like, at all. Like, I've heard like I've heard like actual people like, yo, man, like in real life say, hey man, why don't you go over, talk to this guy, why don't y'all work it out? It always ends in a fist fight, bro. It always ends in just like somebody getting slammed to the ground. And I'm like, bro, he definitely would turn that into it. But when he came back, the whole thing that people were talking about is, oh, he's just going to do the business side. He's not going to touch anything else, just the business side. And I'm like, when have you ever known this man to 100% keep his word? I'm like, you've been watching this like all of your life. How many storylines? I'm not storylines. How many stories have you read? How many interviews have you heard where somebody's like, he promised me this and I never got it. And not only did I not get it, I didn't get it in a villainish cartoon, like long mustache, tied a girl to the train tracks sort of way. Like I didn't get what I wanted, and he spited me on top of that. Like we read a million stories like that. Like look how the company got set up. He promised his father that he wouldn't destroy the territories, and what did he do as soon as his father passed away? Got the territories basically right up on out of there. Yep.
Said last rites for every single one of them.
So let's get to this part. Marty, salute to you, Cam. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, he says, but they sold to the Saudis, right? The internet said so.
Man, I tried to go to bed at 9:00 Central last night, and I said, all right, gonna be a great night. I got to get up early tomorrow morning. I'm going to bed early. If I do that one last, like, well, let me check Twitter real quick. And then sure enough, wrestling Twitter, all up in arms. Vince sold it to the Saudis. It's tomorrow in Saudi Arabia. It's coming. And I was like, oh shit, maybe it happened. And then he woke up today. No, not yet.
Not so much, right? So this was originally reported by Cassidy Haynes of Bodyslam.net, and then backed up by Steven Muehlhausen from DAZN. They both said that they heard that this is pretty much the deal is done. Like Saudi, the public investment fund or
so Saudi Arabian Public Investment Alliance or something.
Bam. So they would be the purchasers of this, and I guess this would be a situation where good old Vince could possibly sneak his way back into being able to kind of have control of the reins again. Because the rumor, along with the sale of being handed over to the Saudis and the public investment fund or what have you, the company would then possibly go back private.
Yeah,
so we don't have to worry about SEC violations. We don't have to worry about none of this stuff.
Of all the scenarios, right? There's a lot of them. Will Disney buy them? Will Amazon buy them? Is Comcast Universal going to buy them? Right? Of all the situations, none of them I believe include Vince McMahon. None of them want to have to deal with that headache, right? So the only other option is how does Vince take the company private again and make a boatload of money at the same time? And look, we just saw that Cristiano Ronaldo deal go down in Saudi Arabia, right? That's a lot. That man legitimately makes $1 million a day with that deal, right? If there's one group that's going to have the money to do it and pay Vince's premium and want to keep Vince McMahon, it's going to be that group, which is what makes it a very likely and favored option among the options, because people are going to still buy those rights. It's not like they're going to do that and be like, oh, no, we're not going to touch it. The Saudi Arabians own it. No, they're going to still want those rights, and they're going to be able to charge a premium for it. And then Vince is still allowed to. It's the only option in which Vince is allowed to stay, and I think that's the option he wants.
Don't they also have the Live Golf league thing that they're trying to build up?
Yep.
Couldn't get a TV rights deal for that.
Well, I think
that's Roy.
That one I get because, boy. Yeah, I mean that one I get because it's a little less. It's the U.S. Our domestic audience isn't as in tune with that yet, but I mean it would be a wild decision, and I don't and the ripple effect that it has across the industry if that were to happen will be a tsunami, because you got to imagine a lot of big names are going to just get up and go or want out and want to just leave. And they all can't go to AEW. Like, Tony Khan's just sitting there going, all right, I'm going to be it. I'm going to be, king of wrestling, in America kind of thing. But they all can't go there. They all can't go there. And don't get me wrong. AEW, AEW, like, they knew they have an opportunity. They put on one hell of a show tonight that we'll talk about in a bit. But not every wrestler who leaves WWE is going to be able to go. And so between the library that WWE has, the money it already makes for networks, right? Like the money it brings in for Universal on USA, the money it brings for Fox, SmackDown brings on Fox. They're just going to want to give that up. They have nothing to replace it with. So they're going to do what they can with what they got to make it happen. So we'll see.
I mening, there you go. It's just like who's doing 3 million views, like 2.5, 3 million views on a Friday? Like who's gonna give that up?
Roman Reigns.
Yo,
there you go.
That's who's doing it.
There you go.
Man, Soar is getting a heck of a push. See, that's the crazy thing. Like, right? So this whole thing, like, I worry about people like Sami Zayn. I worry about the women. What about the LGBT community? Like,
that's right.
Like those types of things. Like, these are the questions that we got to ask, because it's like there's already restrictions on what they do when they go over there. So, like, for the women, you know what I mean? And we already know that they don't rock with that, with the alphabet. They
that's
don't
right.
that. So, like, what does that mean for those performers? Like, this would now become like not necessarily such an ideal place for them to work.
Mm-hmm. Well, right. I mean, like, there a lot of it puts into question even a lot of the charity work that WWE does, right? Like, they help a ton of marginalized communities that just stand in opposition to a lot of this, a lot of the stuff that is happening overseas, right? And so it would be incredibly sad if it goes there. A bunch of big changes will happen. We just got to see how it plays out. And look, it may not happen, right? It may it's the on the flip side of this whole thing. I was talking to some buddies the other day. Like, Disney is Bob Iger has one play in his thing. He loves acquisitions. He loves to buy companies. Mm-hmm. And so WWE could single-handedly save ESPN, which is a business in trouble for Disney right now. And could they come up with enough money? Maybe. It's definitely people, when people hear, oh, Disney is going to buy WWE, they think immediately they're going to get Roman Reigns impersonators walking around the Magic Kingdom. That's not what's going to happen. You are not going to get photo ops with bootleg John Cena. That's not what's happening. You are going to get there is an arm of their streaming business, ESPN, which is in trouble. If you part of what we do is, like, we listen to a lot of those investor calls, and 9 out of the 10 questions are about ESPN. All the investors are worried about how ESPN is doing, and it is in rough shape. WWE coming in will have the same effect on ESPN that it did on Peacock. Peacock's got, like, what, I have to imagine 80% of the subscribers to Peacock are only there because it has WWE. Going to be the same,
and because it's free with Comcast,
and because it's free with Comcast.
Facts, bro. And that other 20% is there because of The Office.
Right, exactly. So
hey, hold on. The Best Man just was the first program that they did of their original programming to crack the top 10 of the streaming chart. So we got to salute to the Best Man series. I ain't watching none of it. Not one single episode.
So Bel Air didn't crack that? Bel Air didn't hit the top 10?
No.
Damn, bro.
It would have been an announcement.
But I'm not gonna lie to you. I would very much like to go to Disney parks and walk up to a Roman Reigns impersonator and just have him do like, wow, or just like, yo, you gonna acknowledge me? Like, what are you doing over
that
there?
part. That part. Mm-mm. Crazy stuff.
Anyway, Vince's story is wild. No one knows what's going on with WWE. We won't know until they tell us.
Yeah. So no clue what's.
We all learned last night. Don't trust wrestling Twitter. It's just a bunch of smart marks.
Bro, that like you never lied, bro. Like I was like, what we do on there when it's like news like this and we don't know what's happening or whatever, we'll just crack jokes for a little while until something is confirmed. And that's what we were doing last night. Like I kept refreshing the feed like as well before I was getting ready to go to bed. I was like, I gotta make my lunch for work tomorrow. I gotta go. Like I gotta get up at I gotta get up at like 5:30. I was like, I can't sit around and just refresh all night. And then by the time I went to bed, it was just like there's still nothing confirmed. A lot of people were just saying like, and the other thing is, wrestling journalists, please stop tweeting out like wow and geez and the news that I just heard. Like, bro, please stop.
No one heard anything. Everyone heard the same thing, and it was like we don't know, right? And look, and I got to do this because I told Ben I would. I got to put Ben over because you guys legitimately have the best wrestling account on Twitter. Okay, hands down. It is funny, it is informative, and it's waiting to see what you guys were going to comment on. This was one of the reasons why I was up a full hour and a half past when I wanted it to be.
Thank you,
because there was some great stuff coming from that account. So
I saw that there was the Zero News guy.
Oh yeah,
Zero News guy. I guess he got caught up the other day with like announcing like last week about the big return on Raw or whatever, and he's like, nah, but the Public Enemies they said it was gonna be a big return too. Like, don't just say. I'm like, bro, we was talking about All Elite with Keeks. Like, we don't got sources. Like, we never claimed to have sources. What are you talking about? Crazy stuff, man. So who knows what's gonna happen with Vince? Who knows what's gonna happen with Triple H? I feel sorry for.
I'm surprised he's still there, honestly.
Yeah.
Like right now, like I would have expected him to be gone too, but
peace out. I'm taking Regal with me, and we're gonna go buy the NWA.
Gosh,
bro.
What? First thing Blue Magic? It's a brand name.
Take Regal. Take Regal. Yeah, I'll take some bacon with me.
Yeah. You gotta first thing you gotta do is throw Tyrus right out of there, bro. Like, get him smooth out of there, because I let
him go back to his Fox News morning talk show.
Yo,
Fox News The View basically is what that show he does is. It's the worst.
Basically, like, bro, I was just flipping through the channels one morning when I ended up calling out of work or something like that, and I was just flipping, and I was like, why? I was like, why is Tyrus on Fox News with the NWA title? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. Devin chats, Seth Rollins with the song is top tier. We lift our hands in the sanctuary.
You talking to Tom in the right?
Hey, bro. All right, man. That Vince story, we'll have to update you guys when we get some more information. When the other shoe drops or whatever, they say. We'll have to revisit this conversation. AEW. Let's talk about All Elite Wrestling. I want to get Jim's opinion. Actually, Jim, let me ask you a question before we get into AEW. You were at Raw last week, right?
I was.
So you were at Raw last week. Did they get you to? Did that Seth Rollins injury seem legit?
I mean, yeah, a bit. It was so weird because it happened really fast. Yeah. And like there was no dark match that night either, which I think was probably more attributed to all the weird travel stuff because it was at the tail end of like Southwest debacle and a bunch of plane travel woes and things like that. But the way that match just kind of wrapped up and they sent everyone home, I was like, oh shit, maybe he really is injured. And then he shows up this week and I'm just like, oh, all right, well, he got me. Thanks.
Yeah, he sold me a ticket too. I'm not gonna definitely not gonna lie. He sold me a ticket for sure.
Like he threw up the X and everything, and he was just like flagging him over there. Like I was like, is this gonna be like another like CM Punk story like 10 years from now? I was like, yeah, man. I was just sitting there with my leg like broken in two, and the guys were looking over me. I was throwing up the X, and nobody came over to help me. I was like, I was like, he looked pissed.
Definitely. All right. AEW Dynamite live, direct from the Kia Forum in Los Angeles, Inglewood. You feel me?
Which is a
Big action.
terrible
big
venue,
action.
by the way. Like
You
that
don't like it?
low hanging balcony that had the Kia, whatever. It looked like there was no one in the crowd because half of that shot was
Buy
Kia
a
venue
Kia.
sign.
Yeah, man. I thought the show was amazing.
The show was
Aside
great. It
from
was one of the
that,
best
right?
Dynamites in months.
The show was pretty.
For real.
They kicked it off with Moxley and Hangman, and they have had like a great like babyface versus babyface feud. Like, I mean, Moxley's kind of like he gets in his tweener bag a little bit, you know, like he kind of knows how to play it up. Like he knocked Moxley down in the crowd. I mean, he knocked Hangman down and the crowd boos, and he gives him the finger. But he's like, it's like they still love him, you know. They love Wild Thing, you know.
It's like that Stone Cold vibe. It's just like, yo, like you know, like when Stone Cold went out there and flipped off the crowd, they still loved him for it. They would still cheer. It's like that with Moxley. It's like, I'm not saying he's Stone Cold, but I'm just saying like it's that kind of vibe with him.
Yeah. 100%.
And like they did a really good job of doing the babyface versus babyface and keeping it interesting at that, and having them like step outside of their characters. Like Moxley like stepped out a little bit what he does normally, and Adam Page just like normally like he does some of the tweener stuff when he gets ready, but it was just like, yo, I'm not trying to protect you. You put me out. You gave me the concussion. I'm trying to give you a concussion too. And
Dude,
I was
some of
really
those clotheslines look stiff.
bro.
He said, "Yo, I need a receipt.
Mm.
Want a receipt for that blue magic? Want a receipt for that blue magic jizzle?" Yo, man, I thought that they
concussion.
it was
Concussion.
it was a great
Blue magic
right.
concussion.
It was a great idea to go with Paige being the winner of this match, having built some momentum back, you know, and figure out what's his next step. Speaking of next step, Adam Cole returned. Baby, this was a great place to bring Adam Cole back because that crowd went up for this guy. Boom, and all of that.
And I really enjoyed that because you didn't see anything about this on any like dirt sheet.
Everyone was so focused on Saudi Arabia that Adam Cole just sniffed right on under.
Snuck in there. Because I was like, when Tony Schiavone was like, I really don't want to introduce this guy, or it's not my pleasure, or something he said that was kind of snarky about it. And I was like, okay, I guess MJF is coming out here kind of early or whatever. And you saw the name pop up on there. You heard it's all about the boom. I was like, bro, I stopped what I was doing. I was washing dishes at the time. I threw them down. I had to pick up my phone. I was like, yo, I know that who I think it is.
Who's that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's one of those.
Adam Cole right there. I think that's who that is.
It's just one of those. It's one of those things where, I mean, look, we thought this man was like still holed up in a hospital bed, right? Like every update we got about Adam Page was like, I don't know if he's coming back ever, right? And then he just casually shows up on a random Wednesday and said, I'm back. I love it. And we loved it. And we eat it up every time.
I love it. This little shot right here though.
Mm-hmm.
He got like the little Dirk eyes. Have you ever seen a picture of Lil Dirk? Lil Dirk.
Yo.
He just looks very surprised right now. Like,
No.
I'm just saying, man. Hey, another Quaalude. She loves me in the morning.
Mama
Look
here,
at him, bro.
And just like the promo he cut, it was just like he started off by thanking everybody and was like, yo, man, look, I just want to thank everybody for being there for me. When he started talking about the tweets, I thought he's about to go off and be like, yo, man, why y'all attacking me when I'm at home, playing Halo? Why y'all making comments on my body when I'm just sitting up here playing like Super Smash Bros? Like, what's wrong with y'all? But he took it in another direction. He was like, yo, man, thank you everybody for checking on me, saying like if I never step foot in the ring again, that it's okay just as long as I'm good. And he was like, I had bad news too. And he's like, I had bad news for everybody in the locker room because I'm about to put in work. I was like, yo, he's back. He's back.
He said, hey, somebody call the ambulance, but not for me. That is crazy, man. No, salute to Adam Cole. That was crazy. I appreciate his comeback. I thought the crowd went crazy again, and I'm interested to see what the next program is.
Yeah.
Let's switch gears a little bit because I want to jump ahead to the women's tag match. We thought that somebody was going to pop up. We thought somebody was going to show up. I mean, that's what the internet said.
Dirt sheets got us again.
Wrong.
I thought I was gonna be able to post this up and like beam with joy and like the crowd go crazy, but it's not to be so, I guess, because she didn't come, y'all. She was not there.
There ain't no way New Japan is gonna want her to debut anywhere until she has her first match.
There you go.
Duh.
There you go.
Duh.
It was probably part of the deal.
Y'all ain't paying them $250,000. I am.
And shout out to them for keeping the storyline alive on commentary too, because they kind of like played it up a little bit after it. They kind of still did. Like they're like, yo, it's gonna happen, but obviously it's not gonna happen right now. And I think that it definitely will happen because Tony Khan is like, he makes good on like the promises, like the vague promises, and kind of like not giving in, but like delivering what people think like he's hinting towards, like the whole CM Punk thing. Like when everybody thought CM Punk was going to come over, everybody was kind of like skeptical. It's like, he might come over, it might be someone else. And it's just like, he delivered on that. It's been a few other times where it's been like that. So I think like she's coming over, but like Jim said, like she still has to like pop up in New Japan first and have her match first. I think earlier today they said that Paige said she had 2 tickets for Dynamite, and that somebody was going to be in the crowd, and she put the tickets to good use. And I think like a lot of us were like,
on Who Kid? She said that she had no idea. On. She asked Tony Khan, he kayfabed her like, I don't know, and then she's like, yeah, I put those tickets to good use, and I don't even think anybody mentioned the tickets, or
no,
that didn't even come up.
Man,
no,
baby.
I didn't realize this, but I just went to go peek over on Twitter. Man, the internet's mad. They're mad because they got played. It was like, come on.
That's the story of wrestling fans, bro. Like, I remember
it's
one
gonna
time.
Be okay.
I remember
we literally got one of the best Dynamites in months, and you're mad because Mercedes Mone didn't show up. It's fine.
Yeah, it's people working themselves, and it's just like, I remember one time it was like a random episode of Monday Night Raw, and somebody had started a rumor earlier that day that Batista was supposed to show up, and this is probably maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, and everybody was like, oh, Batista's gonna pop up, and then when he didn't pop up, everybody was mad. Well, why isn't Batista here? And they got our hopes up, and it was like, who got your hopes up, bro? No one ever said anything. Who told you this?
You got your hopes up. You got your hopes up. The IWC is nothing but a bunch of sports, and that's what you get. Ha, 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 ha. That's what you get. Stop crying and enjoy what you see, you pieces of garbage, you. What is wrong with y'all? I can't stand people like this. This is why we don't deserve nothing. Anywho, yeah, she wasn't there. Oh, well, you got the match that you saw.
Like, bro. And like, I don't like what Jim said, like this is the best episode they've had in months. Like, it was a solid show from start to finish. And even even what you would call like the lower points of the show were still like really, really good.
Oh, like MJF's casual racism. Like that was like, what he needs to stop.
Please. Speak American. I was like, bro,
that was bad.
Like, let me talk to you for a second.
That was bad. Like, that was like bad, like not good at all.
Like, the thing that bothers me the most about MJF is that like everyone is like, oh my God, I love the Attitude Era. Don't get me wrong, Attitude Era, a lot of fun. Look back on it, It was some rough stuff, right? We don't need that today, right? Like he's so brilliant. Like that man can deliver a promo like no one else's business. He doesn't need to resort to like the weird juvenile humor and like I said, and like casual racism is. Like you just don't need it. Like people will still be mad at you and still want and still praise you and whatever for being one of the best on the mic. You don't need the cheap heat. He's gone past. He's earned the real heat. He doesn't need cheap heat anymore.
Yeah, because it's just like that. I think what they were playing with is earlier this week, and WWE likes to. I'm not WWE. I'm sorry. Where my mind at? AEW likes to do a lot of like playing to the internet and playing to like wrestling Twitter and stuff like that. So if something is popping off on there, they're like, okay, well, we'll get it on here. Like J Champ says, IWC humor. Like earlier this week, I think it was Disco Inferno said that Takeshita needs to learn how to speak English and that he'll never be a success in America if he doesn't learn how to cut a promo in English. And everybody kind of jumped on him. Don Callis said like something that was hilarious. He was like, bro, English is your first language and you still can't speak that. Like, and like, that was the whole thing they were playing towards. Like, oh, everybody was thinking Takeshita can't speak English. He can't speak English. And then he just says like, oh, kiss my ass. And it's just like, we could have gotten here without that kind of like middle part. Like,
he said, eat my ass. Like, bro, what? Come on.
Hey,
that's what he said.
Whoa.
He said, eat my ass. That's what he said.
Oh,
you think he Lotto?
All right.
It was gross. It was disgusting.
It was Lotto.
Already liked the promo, and I didn't like it even more because, like, that was the translation, my G. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
Yo.
Crazy,
But yeah, like,
what you say?
Right, peeps.
And I think that he would get like all of like the kind of like cheap heat and everything like that out of like his system when he did the whole like Kim Jong and the whole Freddie Prinze Jr. thing where he was just like berating them in the crowd. I was like, okay, this is what they're gonna do, and then we're gonna get down to like the real stuff. And he was just like, nah, I got something to say.
He said Freddie Prinze Jr. like they know y'all from She's All That. Crowd goes crazy.
Right.
Bro.
I only know you from when you were like best friend to a GI dog. That doesn't mean anything to me. Brother, that movie set Freddie Prinze Jr. up for life. Like, he has to do absolutely nothing else ever.
That's right. Right. MJF still has to fall down for a living.
You're talking
Freddie
about
Prinze
it right
Jr.?
now.
Right.
Bro.
Yeah. That Scooby-Doo movie, Blue Magic. It's a brand name.
And
Stop playing.
Not for nothing. Like I'm like maybe a year apart from MJF. I think he's maybe like a year older than I am. And he was talking about, She's All That. That movie's for old people. I was like, I love She's All That. I love that movie. I was like, we're like the same age, bro. What's going on?
That's crazy, man. Ladder match.
Love when executive vice presidents win titles.
See, they listen.
All right.
Listen, they won them at the inception. They won them at the inception and had to give them up. But they were like, well, we can't just give them back to you. So we have to find a way to do it. So you're gonna have 7 matches. 3 of them are gonna be pretty much the same. We're gonna do a false count anywhere. We're gonna do a no DQ. And then we're gonna do a Escalera de Muerte match, and then they're all gonna be just everywhere. Nick Jackson out there just being a shooter, just going crazy. and the Hammer came into play again. I like the fact that the Hammer has been an amazing part of this story the entire time. And the Hammer like basically was the catalyst to you losing. Like you hit Kenny with the hammer on his hand, you thought that he was cooked, you thought he was done. He popped up like a minute and a half later and was like, I'm gonna just grab the belt off. Yeah, we're straight. US title, you know what I'm saying? From the IWGP and then the trios title. I'm out here. Belt collected again.
Bro, you never lied, bro.
The hammer was a LeBron block.
It was just like, facts, bro. Like it was just like from the beginning, it was like like he'd see them like walking around backstage. He'd be like, "Yo, man, Ray Phoenix, I need you to go over there at the hammer, hit him over the top of the head." And it's just like, bro, what is so special about this hammer? Like, what's the fixation, bro? Talk to me.
The concentration on Pac's face. Well, I couldn't see his face because he wasn't even like facing the camera, but like his body language with like him aiming it, he was like, "Bam, I got you, I got him." I'm like, bro, like it's crazy to me. It's sick, but hey, I'm pretty sure this is gonna lead to the Death Triangle breaking up or becoming or turning heel. I'm ready to just get to the House of Black. Honestly, just make it happen for me, please. What else happened?
I got two quick shout outs. I love the team of Jungle Boy and Hook. I thought that was a great. I think they're a great pair. And it showcases Hook's ability outside of those awful squash matches they keep having him do. So at least we've got that. And can we just take 1 second to how many different gimmicks has Chris Jericho burnt through in the 3 years that he's been with AEW? I think we're on like 6 or 7, right? That man is going through them fast.
He was
it's just like every
the Champion is one, right? We have the Wizard. We had the Painmaker, Demo God, right? What was he during
Ocho?
He did the Lionheart and the Ocho.
We had Lionheart.
The Ocho was the ROH.
Oh yeah, the Ocho, right? That was the ROH, right? And so now we're at whatever the hell this one is. 7.
Like,
Gold Jack.
Chris Jericho is
Lacey.
Is that what we're?
This is sport entertainer. Chris Jericho.
There you go. Yeah, the sports entertainer.
And it's not just enough that he's just going through these gimmicks. Like he has to copyright every name that he's come up with over there. It's just like every time like he goes into the copyright office or whatever you call it, they're just like, bro, this Another man one. Again? Like, bro, like what is it now?
You just need to pick one and stick with it.
Like, bro, at that point, I just
know
like,
my name at the office.
Yo, facts, like, what's going on, Chris? Like, hey man, I'm back to copyright something else. I'm like, bro, look, I'm not putting no paperwork in for you. I just saw you 2 weeks ago, bro. Weren't you the Ocho then? And he's like, nah, man, like I'm the sports entertainer right now. I'm like, get out of here. Just go.
I tell you what though, Ricky Starks is gonna be a mega star one day. That man is so good at what he does, and I am glad he is getting some due, putting him up against someone like the Jericho Appreciation Society and Jericho, and be able to cut promos, against folks who do it really well is just great.
Kid in the chat.
He said he was built like a Bosnian grandma.
Yeah. He called him double wide. He called him a double wide, yo.
Like an air fryer, son.
Yo.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. But the chat wants me to mention Sheeta F Baby. I do apologize. Yes, indeed. Sheeta F Baby did tease turning heel, basically. She didn't feel that last week when Britt was like, I'm standing next to the best in the world. Tony's going to beat Sheeta. Like, I knocked both of y'all out. So, yeah, we definitely probably going to see, like, I guess, definitely probably horrible. So, yeah. Sheeta turning heel, I'm for it. It looked like it was an accident. She didn't look like she was happy with herself about that. But at the same time,
I always hate the like, oh no, did I do something bad thing before like a full heel turn? You know what you did. Just embrace the heel turn. You put that in there knowing who was going to use it. Okay.
Shout out to the Pillar and the Killer.
Just own it.
I thought I looked up and she was standing with Britt and them after the match was over. I was not imagining that. Like, I think after that she was.
Oh, girl.
No, she was on the ramp with that look, like, oh no, I did something bad. Should I have done that? I don't know. Like, you know what you did.
You know what you did. You know what you did.
He said,
you thought about this before you went there. You thought about it. I was
he
there.
said, yo,
Remember you told me you were
she
going to
threw
do
that.
that? I was there when you said that, so you did that.
She said, hey, look, bro, somebody did this.
Fact. One thing I did want to mention. This guy appears to be training. CM Punk posted this photo.
Adam Cole again?
Back to Jim, let me ask you, brother. Jim, let me ask you, because a lot of people are asking. No, not feeling it. Don't want to see CM Punk back.
Do we need him? I mean, I get it, man. The man puts butts in seats, but that man feels like a nostalgia act at this point, and the man's gonna have as many last matches as Ric Flair at this point.
That's hilarious. It's the greatest thing I've heard all day.
Gosh. I thought that.
What a hype beast picture to post too. You know what I'm saying? That's some hype beast shit. You know what I'm saying? In the gym after New Year's. Here I am.
Yo, New Year, new me. New Year, new Punk.
New Year, new Punk.
Come on, bro.
It was like right after
whatever.
Yeah, like right after the whole like brawl and everything like that in the press conference. It was like everything was going around. It's like, yeah, he don't feel like he want to be back in the business no more. Like this is done for him. And everybody was like, okay, well, they're gonna buy out his contract or they're gonna do whatever for him. They might let him do an office job until his contract is up or whatever. And then it was just like he was like Vince Carter. He was like, I got one more in me. Like I got another run. I got another run for y'all. And I think like
there's only one situation in which I want to see Punk back, and it's if he immediately feuds with the Elite and Kenny, and they make it a storyline. Just make it a storyline, and I'm in, right? Because some of those hits are going to be stiff. Like let's look. Controversy creates cash. Eric Bischoff was right. He's always right. Make it a storyline. Then I'll watch it. Otherwise, what? Who is CM Punk going to go up against next that anyone's gonna care about? No one. All anyone wants to see is Kenny Omega and beat the living daylights out of CM Punk.
When Kenny Omega hits the V trigger on CM Punk, he is going to take that man's head off clean.
Like the Mortal Kombat when you like hit those moves and you see like the like in Mortal Kombat and they hit the move and then you see the bones breaking inside. That's CM Punk, bro.
Yeah, 3D moves.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be on the next Technique by Taz. For sure, man. We'll see what happens with that. We'll definitely see what happens with that. I got a question for you. What do you think about this Uncle Howdy Bray Wyatt stuff?
Dear God.
Look at this
man. Talk about fumble in the bag. Good God. Why? How long do we have to watch someone who may or may not be Bo Dallas walk out and
stand there?
Just stand there.
Tip the hat, milady.
Why does Alexa Bliss need to be involved? Just let her be badass Alexa Bliss again and get her far away from Bray Wyatt as you can.
Yeah, I feel the same way. And I think it's just like they just like, oh, well, we don't want to leave this storyline out of it because she did betray him and everything. I'm like, bro, we saw Alexa Bliss go out there and do the whole like Firefly Funhouse storyline 3, 4, 5, 6 months past the expiration date. I'm like, bro, I don't need you to run this back, bro. I'm good. Like I'm here for the Bray Wyatt stuff. It does feel like they're kind of like watering it down by having like Uncle Howdy come out, like Graham said, tip the hat and everything like that. It's just like, bro, like what are we doing? I know we're buying time till the Rumble, but like.
I was in initially for the Bray Wyatt return. I wanted to see it, and then I got bored of it. But the only reason I am back in it because LA Knight is fucking badass. The fact that they're able to give him a microphone and let him do his thing, I have been a fan of his from his Eli Drake days and beyond. I'm glad to see him on this stage. He is unfortunately going to lose to Bray Wyatt, but at least we are at least going to get an entertaining match out of them. I don't know what the hell a pitch black match is. And I swear to God, if they turn the lights out, I am turning the TV off.
Yo, bro, it was like that when he first started wrestling. It was just like, well, actually, not when he first started doing like the Fiend gimmick, because when he first started doing the Fiend gimmick, they had lights on and everything for SummerSlam. And then it's like his second match is like, oh, we're just going to do this red lighting. And it's just like, okay, like, what's going on? And they do like a pitch black match, and it's just lights out around everybody, and just a spotlight in the middle of the ring. I'm going to be like, okay, bro, like.
I'm turning it off. I'm not going to give them the minutes. I will turn it back on when that match is done.
Like, I don't get their fixation with like weird lighting, because we've seen this all the way since Sin Cara. Like Sin Cara come in the ring, they throw down like the blue and like yellow light, and it's just like, what are we doing here? Same thing like we just said with Bray Wyatt. It's like red like coming down. I'm like, bro, what are we doing here? What is y'all's obsession, the fixation with lighting during the matches? Like, I'd like to see stuff when I'm looking at it. That's how my eyes work. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm looking at something, I like to see it.
Just give me
Just want to see some stuff.
Louisiana backwater preacher Bray Wyatt back. Give me that Bray Wyatt. I want the man who is cutting phenomenal promos, doing weird culty stuff back. That's all I want.
That's it.
Simple man with simple asks.
We'll see what happens with that Bray Wyatt pitch black match.
I just want to like. I just hope from here, LA Knight immediately tries to go for the U.S. title or something, because I love that man so much.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid to say it.
I need a draft.
Give them the money in the bank.
They gotta.
Give them money in the bank. I'll take that.
That'd be nice.
Hey, here's the thing. You know Vince will be in charge of creative if Austin Theory wins Money in the Bank again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it work this time.
Right. And now I'm gonna make it work this time. Good Lord. All right, man. Well, Jim, I don't want to keep you too long, my friend. You guys
have been a blast. Thank you so much for having me. Like I said, I've been a fan.
You've been amazing.
You guys.
You've been a fan.
Yeah.
We do nothing. We tweet and we podcast on Wednesday evenings for an hour and a half, and people come watch us pontificate and say stupid stuff.
I love it.
That's life.
You guys are great. You're not giving yourself enough credit, all right? You guys are great. You're doing phenomenal work, and you're better than 90% of the shitty wrestling podcasts that are out there, because there are so many of them.
Thank you, bro.
You guys are phenomenal.
Appreciate you.
I do have a comic book question for you before I let you go, though, because I'm not into comic books. I've never read a single comic book in my life, right? But
you're probably better off for it.
Right. But if I if you know, let me know.
All right.
Otherwise, you can tell me Google is my friend, right? I'm somebody who like not necessarily into comic books, but I've always been keen on like Gambit. I always thought Gambit was super freaking dope, right?
I got it right.
Does he have like an origin story? Like, is like where would I start as
right here?
That's
right
where
here.
I
Look at
start.
that. No, you don't need to read you don't need to read comics to get into Gambit. Just get a Disney Plus subscription, watch the X-Men animated series, and just watch the Gambit episode. That's all you need.
I already got Disney Plus.
Best theme song ever. Best theme song ever.
You start getting into this stuff, then it becomes a habit, and then you have to explain it to people. Just watch the.
I already got to explain pro wrestling, brother. I get
bro. Like,
exactly. You don't need two weird hobbies. It's just right.
Like, bro, you're not lying at all. Like, I had like a subscription to DC. Like, was it DC Unlimited or whatever it was before? Like when they had all the extra before they had everything like on HBO Max. I was like, bruh, I was justifying it with that, and I was like, because I had like a lot of the comic books that were already on there, and I was like, well, you know what? I don't really feel like going in and getting them out of the box like in my garage. I was like, I don't feel like doing that. I was like, I could read it on here, and then I was like, Marvel comes out with one. I was like, oh, Marvel got one, and then I'm
Marvel
steadily...
Unlimited is one of the best deals for comics fans, no joke. And I'm not saying that because I worked at Marvel. Everyone's like, you're a Marvel show because you work there. Like, no, it's just a genuinely good product. Okay, it's got a phenomenal library. It's Netflix for Marvel books, basically. There's
100%.
tons of great curated lists. So if you want to get into comics, that is a phenomenal tool. It's cheap. And there's a ton of stuff on there. But as far as Gambit's concerned, Gambit just looks cool. Okay, and that's his biggest. He looks cool, and the animated series gave him a great accent, and that's the character of Gambit in a nutshell.
Right?
He got cool powers, cool costume, cool accent, zero cool stories. But
And that is why the Gambit movie is still sitting on the shelf.
We were this close to Channing Tatum Gambit movie before Bob Iger swooped in and bought Fox and said, nope. And thank God he did.
Thank you, Bob Iger.
Thank you, Bob Iger. You saved us.
I don't want to see Channing Tatum.
It's definitely going to be the dude from it's going to be the dude from the Kingsman movies. He got to play Gambit.
Bro, it should be Lash LaRue, bro. That's who it should be. It should be Lash LaRue. Y'all remember Lash LaRue from? All right, never mind. Jim, you've been great,
Russ. Russ would be the best.
Do you have anything that you got going? You want to plug? Any shout outs?
No, man. You got my social handles right there at Jim Viscardi. Give me a follow. I do nothing but shit post most of the day, with some breaking news scattered in between. Other than that, like I said, check out comicbook.com. It's fine. It's a good place. We got wrestling news. We'll probably give you the best. Probably give you some of the best unbiased wrestling news that's out there, because we're not in it. Like, our sole business is not just making up wrestling shit. We just
not just in it to get clicks. We're not
just in it to
provide some entertaining content.
I mean, we don't get me wrong. We want the clicks, but
comicbook.com.
It's just like, bro, y'all thought I was here for this toxic community. I already got another toxic community on my back. Read the name, bro.
Yeah. Well, we do appreciate you. This has been really fun.
No problem, guys. You guys have a good rest of your night. This was fun. Talk to you later, guys.
Take care, man. Be smooth. Next time. Deuces. Oh, and I just kicked Jizzle out on accident, trying to kick Jim out. My bad, guys.
Yo.
Oh, Jizzle, welcome.
My bad.
Welcome
that
back.
happens.
It was an accident. Comicbook.com, y'all. It's Blue Magic. That's brand name. If you check that out.
That's it.
Question of the week.
Question of the week, bro.
We can run through that real quick, right? My bad, y'all.
Yeah.
That was a fun conversation with Jim. Hope you guys enjoyed that, frenemies. This was good.
And if you didn't, oh well, that was for me, bro. This episode was for me.
Big action. The guy who played Elvis last year should be the next Gambit.
Fuck Elvis.
Hey. I was just like, there's other things that I was thinking that he could be in. I think like people were talking about he could be like the Human Torch in the Fantastic Four movie. But this is a wrestling show. What are we talking about, man?
Right.
It's a wrestling show. It's a wrestling program.
It is a wrestling show. It is a wrestling program. And honestly, folks, I think we might have just gotten some mail. I think we got some.
Play the music.
Right. I couldn't find it.
Yo, kid mad as hell in the chat.
Yo, our question of the week, ladies and gentlemen. The question of the week this week was, who would you want to buy WWE? Like, who would you want? And as always, well, not as always. This week, y'all came through in a big way, because this was probably like the most talked about thing of this week. Kick it off with 804 Confidential. He says top media conglomerates: Paramount, Comcast, News Corporation, Fox, Mickey Mouse, or see if Apple want to come off $1 trillion. Like, yo, I don't know about the Mickey Mouse thing. I think Comcast for me probably seems like the most like the most landing spot that'll probably happen. Shout out to Beanie too. He says Endeavor because they are most likely going to keep it as it is. I hope there's a wrestling fan who's a billionaire just waiting to buy WWE. Guess what? His name's Tony Khan. Shout out to Victor. Victor says Fubu. He says Fubu should buy WWE. You're a sick man, Victor. That's why we love you.
That's why you my man.
Shout out to facts. Shout out to Eric at Mr. Mom 76. NBC would work. They already have WWE on Peacock, Raw, and USA. It makes sense. Imagine being back Saturday night main event on NBC. That I wouldn't be too mad at that. Shout out to Manny Cool 0471 says Disney. They already have built-in relationships. Yeah. I kind of don't want to see the mouse own it. That's just me. Shout out to Sober Munchies 92. He says NBC Universal. I think that's probably the most. JJ Champ 15 says Disney buying WWE would be crazy. We could get a WWE theme park out of it. Things like Suplex City, the Island of Residency. Firefly Funhouse can actually be attractions. I need it, bro.
That's funny.
You put too much thought into that, brother.
Suplex City in Toontown is hilarious.
He did go crazy though.
Let me go through a few more of these.
Hey, hold on. Busby said Jay-Z. Hove.
Yo.
Hove.
Rock Nation.
Yo. Bro putting the Raw Women's title on Meg Thee Stallion first night, bro. First night.
Easy.
Yep.
Easy call. Why
not?
She finna what? Hey, she gonna do the rear end to Bianca.
She might kill somebody.
Listen.
Hey.
That's the way I want to go out.
Yo.
I'm sorry, Ben.
Sick man. Hey, shout out to Terry Lane at youngblack_man says I would like to see NBC 2 buy it or Fox. Okay, let's skip through a few more of these. Shout out to Grisham. He said whoever owns Nickelodeon. I think that's Viacom, right? It's Viacom.
That's Nick Cannon, nigga.
Oh. It's Paramount.
Yeah.
Who just left, Jim Viscardi.
That's not Master P.
Yo.
Comicbook.com.
Yo, Irvin says he says Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban gonna buy it all Shark Tank. Shout out to Bros as well. He said, man, just let Disney buy it. WWE land finna be lit. Yeah, okay, y'all have conspired together to create this, man, to create this whole like idea of WWE land, and y'all sick for it.
Honestly, I'm gonna read Jim convinced me.
Yo.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to Braun Penny Land.
Whoa. Hey, chill.
After dark.
Yo. Shout out to Andrew Thompson at Real Drew 23 says NBC. Let me see. Go through a couple more of these. No one. Vince isn't gonna let WWE go like that. Okay. Oh, this one is my favorite, bro. Like this one right here. Shout out to Jay Williams. Jay Williams 2500 says, I'll buy it. Don't worry.
Yo. Thank you, brother.
Yo, y'all just stand back, bro. Like, yo, man, how much y'all want for? Y'all want like what, man? You want me cash app you? Like, I got the cash app on me right now. Venmo? I got Venmo. Like,
20,
okay,
I got $38 on me
40,
right now.
60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160. Man, quit playing with me. That's $100.
Let me see. Shout out to Evan Williamson. He says NBC, Comcast most likely be the deal. There was one more that I gotta look for. I can't find it in here because it's a lot of them, and I want to end on that one. Yeah. This brother said Pornhub. Like, bro, what do you got going on?
Somebody said
Evil Monkeys, like, hey, bro, like, y'all need to chill. Y'all need to chill, bro. I
Seen a
might have to look
picture
at
of-
this one on my
Was that Eric
phone.
Bischoff?
You seen the picture of Eric
Was that
Bischoff's
Eric
face
Bischoff?
just flashing? It's crazy.
Yo,
Look at my
shout out
man.
to stuntman Seth, Eric Bischoff. All right, I'm gonna close this one down, and let me go to my phone because I can't find it on. I couldn't find it in the. I couldn't find it in like the whole like stream of them.
Cool. I'll just read a
Let me
couple out
pull
in the
this-
chat here, and when you find out
Alright.
when we can close out on that one. Andy says Jay-Z buying WWE would be the definition of big action. Do I say that a little bit too much? I guess I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Big action.
Master P
Yeah.
owns Hog Wrestling. I mean, does he? Does he do anything? Like he just kind of. I mean, is it the same thing as like you feel me? Like yo, we got noodles. I got cereal. I'm in stores. We got Master P
Bro.
rice. I ain't never seen it nowhere. You know, I am messing
Bro.
with Snap Snack, so I ain't gonna hold you. I do
Master
need
P
the, I need
chips,
the noodles.
Master
I
P
need the noodles.
noodles,
Yo,
Master P hot sauce, water.
Lil Romeo, like Romeo was like, bro, he always promoting something, like everything, like he never takes family seriously. And the whole video that he made responding to the Romeo, what did he have right beside him? A box of his own cereal. It's just like, yo,
Of course.
you're proving this man right.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. I do need me a box of Snoop Loops. I ain't gonna hold you. I need a box of Snoop Loops. MJF.
Hey, what
WWE.
if Master P just gave Little Romeo Hog Wrestling to shut him up? That's what I would
That
do.
would be
Yo, shut up
crazy.
his Hog Wrestling.
Fishbowl in the chat says, "Don't Cuban own part of Access TV, which airs Impact? I believe that's so. Also, Steve
Yeah.
Harvey.
Yo,
well.
bro, yeah, like I said, Steve Harvey sold enough suits with like
Caliber.
them like 35 buttons on it. He sold enough of them. He put his Family Feud money into it. He took the Think Like a Man money and he put all that to it. He said, you know, let me get a little piece of Impact, bro. Let me see what y'all got going on over here. I got
Hey,
the
yo,
I
Master
found
P
the
and
tweet.
Mysterio versus Romeo and Dominik.
Good God. Good God. Yo,
That's crazy.
shout out to Thoughts with Al. He says that the Public Enemies podcast should buy WWE.
Yo, what? Okay, Patreon.com.
I got $8 right now.
Hey, look.
Super
I
chat,
got-
your super chat is
look.
on. Help us.
Look, I got $20 in my wallet. I got like maybe $3 or $4 on the dresser, like quarters and stuff like that. We put that together with what you got. How much you got, CJ?
But I got a Michael Jordan rookie card. I got a Buffalo nickel and a Susan B. Anthony nickel right now. Blood, let's roll right now.
I got
Yo, man.
$3.78 and change in this cup. I got 2 AA batteries, a piece of chapstick, and an Allen wrench. What we could do with
look,
that,
bro?
But we lit.
Look, and on top of that, for negotiations, on top of that, I'll throw in my brother's first generation Charizard card.
Oh,
He don't like, bro. He don't need it. He just got kids. He just got kids, a wife, and a family. He don't need that. I can take that and invest it in the whole family. I'm feeding the whole family, bro. Like, you gonna fight me over a little piece of paper, bro? That we're fighting over?
XRP. Shout out to blockchain. Give me 2 years, I could buy the whole blockchains. Shout out to the Russell.
Yo.
All right, man. Let's
rhymes.
keep the ball rolling a little bit because I do want to talk to you guys. I do want to talk to you guys about the possibility of
Baltimore Ben accent.
the Hurt Business popping back up, man. They gave us like an outright, like actual segment this week, as opposed to the past month of hinting at it, maybe possibly, you know what I'm saying, but not really, like getting right up to the edge of it, but not jumping, off the cliff with it. This MVP just dead ass walk up to Lashley and say, "Hey, bro, let's get the band back together. Like we messed up. We all made mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But we got a real opportunity here. And you probably need a little bit of backup because you know what I'm saying. Like you ain't really feeling like you really getting your just due right now. And if you really want to put hands and feet on some people, we could do that." Hurt Business, Blue Magic,
Yo,
brand name. We rocking,
bro.
or have y'all seen
Like
enough?
it like the whole thing with this is just like what you said. They've been showing like little shots like here and there of MVP going to bat for like Bobby Lashley. He even says like, "Yo, I got Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander tagging in turmoil, tag team turmoil match. Like I'm trying to like do my part." He apologized for everything that went on. He was like, "Yo, man, like what Graham said, we all made mistakes. Everything went down, but we can still get it back together." And Bobby Lashley's like, "Nah, not right now. You know, I'm doing my own thing." But he didn't say like, "Yo, I'm closing the door on this." He was like, "We'll talk." That was the whole thing. He was like, "Yo, man, look, you got my number. I got your number. We'll talk." Send out the tweet after it. Thanked MVP saying like, "Yo, man, look, I'll hit you up a little bit later." So it's going to happen. They're playing that like, yo, is it going to happen? Are they going to get back together? Are they not going to get back together? It's going to happen. They're just kind of, letting it build up for a little bit. And I know we're far away from like Survivor Series. We don't know if like
The bloodline.
we're gonna get another War Games or something like that. But
That
I
would be
need
crazy.
the War Games. I need War Games. I need Bloodline versus the Hurt Business in the War Games match. I just want that, and I'll just be happy. I won't ask for anything until I want something again.
This boy Ben built. This boy Ben built a whole match off of maybe. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Look at what
build
J
it off of
Champ said
maybe.
in
You
the
know what
chat.
I'm saying? Maybe, and it got me a lot of things.
J Champ in the chat says, "How about The Rock buys WWE, faces Roman at Mania, where he puts his CEO position on the line. Roman wins. The Bloodline controls WWE. Boom. Problem solved."
That sounds like
Yuck.
some WCW shit. I'm not gonna
Yuck.
lie.
Then the next week, The Rock beats
Dwayne
Roman for
Arquette.
the WWE title and the CEO position on Nitro.
Like, bro, like, hey, man, look,
On a
I
pole
don't
match,
want to
bro?
do that. Yeah, on a pole match, bro. Make sure you stress that, bro, because like, bro, for a CEO on a pole match, bro. Yo, this one is completely insane. Rodney Rice, like, I don't want to go back to that, but he's like, yo, Tyler Perry should buy WWE.
Hello. Hello in a cell. Hello in a cell.
Money in the banker. Hello in the cell.
Hello in a cell. All right, man. That's crazy. Hello in a cell is
Oh
wild.
my God.
Man. Listen. My
Oh,
man's
good
Dominik
God.
was in a cell, and they let my man's out. Look at him right here. You feel me? What? Hey,
Saints Row.
hey, listen. My man's Dominik Mysterio, aka Baby Joker, in the building, dog. He said, now I know how Martha Stewart feels. I said, yo, he's killing this. He's killing it.
Like, he's found his character to lean into, and this is what I was hoping would happen during the separation between him and Rey Mysterio, like we talked about it when they split him up. And like, I just want him to find that character. I want him to find what he was good at, because he was never going to find it like tagging with his father. Like Ray was leading the whole thing, and so he stepped out, and he's still being kind of led by Judgment Day, but he is actually coming into his own. He's like, I'm here for it. Like, instead of trying to be extra serious, he says the goofy stuff that he knows we're gonna laugh at, and then kind of like filters in like the chicken shit heel stuff too.
I'm rocking with it though.
Jail.
Have just
Street.
2 questions for you guys, and I'll back out and Jizzle, I'll pass it off to you so we can go to P3SPN and dip up out of here. They showed the tag team turmoil match was to determine the number 1 contenders for the Raw tag team championships.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically.
Yeah, I think so.
No more of this universal tag team champion or whatever, undisputed tag team titles or whatever. Like, yo, Adam Pearce, like, nah, Raw titles, just those. We'll see what happens with that. This is what I wanted to ask you guys about that. Dominik is it was in Priest, right? Or was it Dom and Priest?
No, it started off as Damian Priest
Dominik.
and Finn Balor. Then Finn Balor got hurt, and then they were like, "Okay, well, there's 3 of us out here. Go ahead and get in there, Dominik." And that's how they.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Okay, so
facts,
them
bro.
doing a tag team with Judgment Day, that'd be fire. Do y'all have any interest at all? Because we're playing for a tag team of Dolph Ziggler and Mustafa Ali.
No.
No,
Just a yes or a no.
No.
There you go. Ben, what do you
no.
think?
No,
Thank you.
absolutely not. Like when he pulled up on him backstage, I was like, bro, he's like, you really gonna do this to me? You owe me. I was like, bro, you sound like a loser. Get out of here, bro.
All right, man, you got it. Cool. Let's go ahead and do it. Jizzle.
Let me go ahead and get on this shit. I'm thinking I'm a little behind. I'm saying, so trying to get my timing right. You know what I'm saying? We back over here. You know what I'm saying? PA3 is here. This bitch. You know what I'm saying? I know what's going on. Here's the music. I'm late. I don't know, man.
You don't know? You don't know?
Start with a DeMar Hamlin update. You know what I'm saying? DeMar Hamlin is home. Shout out to DeMar. He's home. You know what I'm saying? Finally, he was in a hospital in Cincinnati. He went to a hospital in Buffalo. Went to his house where he's at. You know what I'm saying? So he's home. So shout out to him. You know what I mean? He's getting better by the day, and that's all that really matters in this world and in the NFL, because who cares about football when a man's life is at stake, and then now he's home.
Love it.
So
continue healing.
I love that shit.
Get better.
I love it.
Get well. Keep it going.
You know what I'm saying? It kicked off a great last week of football. I need a whole new team again, y'all, because I hate everything about pigskin and anything involved with pigskin. My team lost again, which is supposed to be my team, but I hate them niggas. I hate them niggas.
Y'all let them play ring around the rosy on y'all. Like I was upset for you. I was like, oh, these dudes, they playing with their food out here.
These niggas out here pulling out fucking NFL street moves on us, nigga. Like NFL street, nigga. Like, who do these niggas think they? And this nigga Pat Mahomes was in the H-back spot, nigga. I'm like, man, I wish we could have hit that nigga, man. But you know,
I hate it,
bro. Like, no, the thing is, like, they hit the move and then it got called back, but then it sucked. You know what I'm saying? So when it get calls back, it really sucks. You know what I'm saying? Because like Andy Reid probably was over there like, yeah, I worked on this shit for all day, and then we're gonna pull this shit out when we're up by 24, which they were, and then it didn't work. It was like, oh well, we just scored a touchdown on a flip pass by Pat Mahomes to Jared McKinnon anyway. Fuck y'all niggas. I hope you lose. I hope you lose to Joe Burrow.
Bro, man, it was just a very disrespectful game, and I kind of seen that. I seen the clips because I forgot that it was coming on. I was like, I know CJ is somewhere just like fuming, like yelling all the obscenities in the world at his TV. I was like, I know this man is sick.
To my stomach, nigga. I was so mad. Like, you know how just sitting over there just watching these niggas pull out plays that they ain't never like, let's see if we can do this shit real quick. Oh, that shit almost. Let's do regular play. We can score a touchdown on these niggas.
But bro, like Jalen Hurts came back this week, and I just want everybody to know he does make the difference. Like everybody was like, he's system quarterback, and he's not really that good, and it's the rest of the team. I'm like, yo, what was going on with Gardner Minshew, bro? It was Gardner Minshew not like shit in the bed that week against the Saints? Like, bro, don't ever talk shit about Jalen Hurts again. And everybody was like, oh, well, you know, they were just playing against backups and everything like that. I'm like, bro, well, he wasn't doing that good and this and that, like making up all the excuses in the world. I'm like, bro, he just came off a shoulder injury. Why would he go all out when the game is already like in hand? Like, y'all just want to create anything you can, like any like bullshit you can about Jalen Hurts. Like first, he's not that good. Then he's overrated. Then he's a system quarterback. Like, bro, bro, y'all just coming up with a bunch of excuses, and it doesn't change the fact that we're winning games, that we just won the division, bro. That we got the bye this week. Like argue with your mom, bro. Don't argue with me. Don't argue with Jalen Hurts.
Going from Going from not that good to overrated is the best compliment that quarterback can get. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so not too good. Oh, okay, for sure, blood. Which one you wanted to be? For sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, this must have been Cowboys fans talking that shit because them niggas suck. Them niggas lost to the fucking Commanders with Sam Howell.
Bro.
I my life, nigga. The only howl I've ever heard is Howl at the Moon.
And I'm surprised they won by what did they win by? Was it like 20 points?
It was like 21-8.
Yeah, they won by like they won by like 21 points. I mean, yeah, they won by like 20 points or something like that. But it could have and should have been way more. Like you look at the extra points they missed, the field goals they missed, getting down in the red zone and then just blowing it. It's like if they would have connected on like at least half of those, it would have been a definite blowout. It like they got off easy.
But the Cowboys might the Buccaneers might drop 112 points on the Cowboys on Saturday. It is going to be great.
I was looking at this. I was looking at this, and everybody was like, "Well, you know, how come the Commanders come out here and play like this, but they weren't playing like this like a few weeks ago?" And it's like, look, man, they don't got nothing to lose at this point. It was just like, bro. Have you ever fought someone who doesn't have nothing to lose? Have you ever seen a crackhead fight, bro? They throwing out all the moves, bro. They doing backflips. They hitting the Pele kick. They're doing all the type of stuff. That's what the Commanders were. The Commanders were a crackhead outside of the Wawa at 4 a.m. who saw you go inside after you told him you didn't have any money. Saw you go inside, come out with a sub. They're like, bro, I thought you didn't have no money. What's going on?
You can hear the change in your pockets right now. The Commanders heard the change in the Cowboys' pockets. All right. I can hear you walking. I can hear the jingling, baby. Go ahead, baby. All right. You're not going to play me right now. All right. Dak Prescott leading the league in interceptions. See, Derek Carr got fired because he led the league in interception, but Dak Prescott get paid $40 million for it. But anyway, who cares about that? You know what I'm saying? He's probably my quarterback next year anyway. But Graham.
The Lions were like the crackhead's dog. Because the crackhead just always has to have a dog. Like you not doing so good yourself. Like, why don't you drop that dog off at a shelter or something? Like, do something with yourself,
bro.
Right?
And the dog don't just have like just like a regular dog on a leash. The dog wearing jean pants. Like the dog wearing jorts, bro. Like the dog got like bro, facts. Like the dog, like I seen a video. Crackhead got like a leash on a squirrel or something like that. It's not even a dog at this point. Like this motherfucker walking around a squirrel.
So yeah, basically, the Lions were the same as the Commanders. They smoked us out. They played spoiler. I am not here for the slander. I am not here for people on my phone talking about what happened to your boys, what happened to your guy, Aaron. I'm not gonna hold you. I've been sending for this little clip all week.
I didn't lose. He lost.
We fucked up, man.
That's definitely Aaron Rodgers, like LeBron, like mentality. Like, bro, I went out there and scored 40 points. Like, bro, did you not see me just throw for like 400 yards during that game? Like, I didn't. They was doing. Like, bro, what were those guys over there doing? And shout out to Nasty Leroy. He said Washington being a crackhead. I'm gonna get on the Patreon. I'm gonna tell a story about how I ran into a crackhead with my wife in Washington D.C. After a wrestling show. Like that's gonna be like.
I got one.
I've been waiting to
get a barbecue spot.
Yeah, yo, Rodney says they was the pet possum.
Yep. They died and came back. You know what I'm saying? After I stabbed them with my Kratos sword. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what Washington was.
Oh man, that was Ben on Christmas Eve when Minshew threw the game. Yikes. Listen.
Niggas was really sucking Minshew though, like he was gonna do something. Like, come on, Bill. I saw him in Jacksonville with Tony Khan as his leader. So what do you think is gonna happen when Jalen Ramsey is not there to call him a hoe? You know what I'm saying? In practice every day. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's all he really does is call him a messy hoe. We call him a flop.
What's next?
You know? Let's get to the national death. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of death, you know what I'm saying? The national championship game was terrible. Georgia is Georgia is just too good for TCU had their fancy helmets out for no reason. I don't know why they had these fancy helmets out in their fancy jersey just to get their asses whooped by 58 points. But you know what I mean? Shout out to Max Duggan. He's probably going to be the next quarterback for the Raiders, and I'm happy about that. But you know what I mean? What are you going to do, man? This is why Ohio State should have beat Georgia and shouldn't have had to miss that field goal, because this is what you get when you have SEC versus a Big Ten school. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. It always happens. Golly, man.
Jay says shit was basically SummerSlam 2013, where Georgia is Brock Lesnar, TCU is John Cena.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. That is exactly what it was. Like,
or it was SummerSlam 14 with the Randy Orton.
Oh, but the blood. We just elbowed him to death.
I'm gonna just keep feeding you elbows, dog.
But this is like an old school 1994 Alundra Blaze match against Leilani Kai at WrestleMania 10. Like Hurricane Rana. Here's a German suplex. Now you lose 65-7. Everybody should lose their scholarships. I don't want nobody going to that school. Where's Coach Prime when you need him? I would fire him and then hire Coach Prime right now.
Crazy.
Oh well, it's over. You want to say something big about that ass?
I'm telling y'all, I am not a wrestling fan. You expect me to get dates right? Thank you for the stats. I appreciate you.
Bro, I'm the same way on Twitter. I'll mention the match that happened like 15 years ago, and somebody be like, you know what happened like on this day, and it didn't happen in August. It really happened in September, whatever. And I'm like, bro, do you want to look at the video? Like, do you want to look at the joke that I just made or not? Like,
right.
bro, we got like really.
We know you. Okay, you pay $4.99 for Peacock. Congratulations. All right. Congratulations. We understand that you pay that. So do I. Between 91 and 2003, I can do that. But after that, nah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But speaking of 91 to 2003, which has nothing to do with nothing, Steph is back, and it made no difference because we lost.
Yes. Then take a nap.
Yeah, we took a nap in the L without Devin Booker.
100%.
I don't know what to do. I'm tired of sports, man. What the hell?
Yeah, I knew it was coming.
I'm tired of everything involving points. I hate everything. I don't even want to talk about sports anymore. Neither does Ben, because he's a Lakers fan.
Bro, hey, it's just like, I don't know what it is. It's like if the Lakers are having a great year, the Eagles are like shit in the bed, and then vice versa. So I'm happy, at least on one side. I've been avoiding watching Lakers games lately because I'm just like, bro, I just feel like that picture of LeBron that's going around of like where Russ is like, just try to have fun, man. And then like LeBron is just like shooting him like a death glare. That's how I am when it comes to the Lakers too. I'm like, LeBron, you and me are the same. Like, bro, I hate this team too. I hate Russell Westbrook too.
But he said he's not happy that he's going to break the points record. Like, can you imagine? Like, I'm going to score the most points ever of all time, and it doesn't mean anything to him.
Yeah, it's coming off of a shitty year. It's like, yo, we're like, he thought it's like, yo, it's like talking to people that you went to high school. It's like, yo, I mean, I thought I'd be at a different place right now. You know what I mean? Like, I thought when I left here, I thought I was gonna be the greatest thing ever. And it's just like,
you're the manager at Starbucks, bro. You know what I'm saying? You left with big dreams to go to LA. You know what I'm saying? With your big acting career, and you end up working at Starbucks to support your headshots, and it didn't go anywhere. Anthony Davis is hurt. What am I supposed to do about that? What else is going on in basketball? Luka is still doing Luka shit. Jokic is probably going to win another MVP, but they ain't going to give it to him because you can never win 3 in a row unless you're Michael Jordan.
Hey.
The Lakers ruined Russ. Are you just kidding me,
bro?
Why do people say shit like this, dog? Like, listen, Russ is getting paid $197 million. You're saying I can't ruin nothing. There's nothing I can do to ruin a grown man making $200 million.
Russ is at the point where just like, yo, he just doesn't care. Like, it's like, yo, if I get cut tomorrow, okay. Like, but while I'm here, I'm just gonna continue to like make whatever money I'm making. That's why he's going out here. And like, I used to love Russ because he used to be consistent. Now he's inconsistent. He'll go out there and score like 30 points one night and they'll win a game and he'll look phenomenal. And then he'll come out the next night and look like he doesn't know what a basketball is. It's just like he's terribly inconsistent.
Bro, but Russell Westbrook played 7 games as the 6th man, and then it was like, yo, he's the 6th man of the year, but it's his fault though, right? Okay, for sure, blood. All right, y'all folks got it. Y'all got it. You know what I'm saying? It's my fault. It's my fault. It's Steph's fault. It's LeBron's fault. It's Zach LaVine's fault because he's light skinned. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what's going on in Chicago. I think they won a couple games. I don't even care about anything because none of my teams are winning. So if your teams are winning, I hate y'all. And what can we end with? Oh, Tank Davis punched somebody so hard that motherfucker couldn't see no more.
What?
You would have tell. Yeah. He said that he couldn't see no more. He didn't want to get off the. He was like, you said, come on. He was like, nah, blood. No mas. No mas. Y'all see Meek? You see Meek is fighting. Meek is fighting over there.
Go watch Meek. Go check him out. Wallow down there.
Stack, you know what I'm saying? Stack was like, Stack said I went to O Block. You know what I'm saying? I went to O Block, so you can't none of y'all step on my wife. Say excuse me. He said, say excuse me.
All right, Rodney.
Bro, he got punched so hard.
But I didn't know that.
I couldn't see.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I didn't know that was possible. I didn't know you could physically punch someone hard enough where their eyes are just like, all right, bro, I'm gonna take it easy right now. I'm gonna go ahead and clock out. I'm like, bro, I didn't know that was possible. What?
I never seen somebody get brain cancer punched into their head before. Like, that's how much Blueface felt when he got hit with that bottle on Zeus. Like, it had to be like, I don't know, like he hit him straight in his face, and then you can see when he got hit, and then the bell rang, and he was just like, oh shit. Like, that's different. Yeah, that's different.
Wow.
I'm not supposed, like, human beings are not supposed to hit like this. He got steel in there.
Like, bro, I don't know if you ever heard the story of like of Sylvester Stallone telling dude on the set of Rocky, like what is the name of the guy who was like the big Russian guy? I forget his name. But he was like, like, just go ahead and punch me. He was like, yeah, I want to see what it feels like. Just go ahead, punch me. And then they were like, Sylvester, yeah. He's like, yes, go ahead and punch me. And then next thing you know, like, he's in the hospital for like 3 days.
Bro,
after asking him to like punch him full on.
Bro, I heard some stuff about Steven Seagal like that, where he got like, he asked dude to choke him out, and then like dude like choked him out, and then he shit himself. So shout out to celebrities getting in their own way. You deserve that. But yeah, the last thing we end on is like Errol Spence is gonna fight one time. I don't know why one time is even considered to be a fighting option after you just got murdered by the Prime Minister of the Philippines a year and a half ago. But you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead one time, get your payday so you can get beat up again. And yeah. Follow the Patreon.
Shout out to A-War. He says, drinking beer and watching y'all cook makes the show even funnier. I'm high like Jetson and Jizzle in a gun.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Gundam Wing. You know what I'm saying? I had that for one of them game systems I didn't deserve.
Hey, bro.
Yo, shout out to Gundam. Always.
Shout out to Gundam. Shout out to y'all in the chat. Y'all been official. It's been super saucy. We appreciate it. What is Jake signed PSMA? Did he really? Is that like a thing? I don't know. I wouldn't.
Hold on. KSI got his own little shit going on with the zone too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to KSI. He's a young mogul. He's the only one to win over the Paul brothers. But yeah.
There you go.
In fact,
with that said, make sure y'all stay tapped in, stay tuned in, stay dangerous. If you're not following the squadron, you can hit us up at the Enemies PE3 on all social media platforms. Y'all talking about, do you feel me? Patreon.com/Public Enemies. New episode of the Time Capsule coming this Friday with Ben and Banks. They're talking about Moesha. Yeah.
Like I said, like there's gonna be slander. I promised slander from the beginning. I promised slander when I pitched this show to CJ and Graham. I said there will be slander, and there's gonna be some Frank Mitchell slander served up for you guys this Friday.
Love it. Big action, man. You know, Tom Dad, do you feel me? Oh, by the way, if you purchased a t-shirt, t-shirts are here. I'm waiting for one little item that should be here tomorrow, and we're gonna get this shipping rocking. Y'all gonna get some nice little isms coming your way. You feel me? Y'all talking about? Shh, tell everybody.
Yeah.
Now with that, shout out to TJ. Shout out to all the frenemies. Once again, you feel me? If you want to follow us directly, you feel me? Enemies PE3, of course, for everybody. Of course, I'm oh my god, Graham. Y'all talking about, you feel me? Jizzle, talk to him.
But I'm motherfucking that's me at that's me. You know what I'm saying? Follow the Facebook group. You know what I'm saying? It's still popping. You know what I'm saying? Follow the Discord. You know what I'm saying? Donate to the super chat even when we're not doing stuff. You know what I mean? And follow us directly in the page. You know what I'm saying? We taking over the world. And I hate Frank Mitchell's hair.
Yo.
I'm doing this, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. Conversation's over. Like, nah, let me tell you something about
into that, bro. Nah, bro, I'm not gonna get into that. Me and Banks already said enough. Y'all tune into the episode this Friday of the Time Capsule. But bro, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok @_sonamize_. And if you're on Facebook, like CJ said, join up with the Facebook group, the Public Enemies Podcast Facebook group. And if you're on TikTok, follow us over there. And in fact, what you could do is, if you found us from the Twitter, go to the link tree on there. Click on there. It'll show you everything that you need to see, and take you where you need to be when you need to be there. That's all I have.
I almost said big action again. Oop, just said it anyways. So with that said, please, we'll be back next week. Stay tapped in, stay tuned in, stay dangerous, and of course, y'all already know what it is. Take care of yourself, and we out.